Alright guys, welcome back to What If I Was Reincarnated as Frieza. I'm enjoying this series, I hope you're enjoying it too. With all that being said, let's get it started. It's been quite a while since I defeated Beerus and became God of Destruction. I have enjoyed the title, pretty much so. However, as I was on Earth, I didn't destroy Cell. So Cell got to continue to be made. I did this because, well, I was bored. And as long as I didn't show my black form on Earth, Cell shouldn't be that strong. So, Cell was eventually made. As Imperfect Cell got out of the lab, he looked around. He knew 17 and 18 weren't there. He had all the information from the computer. He wanted it. He needed it to become perfect. He decided to chew on some cities, absorbing them, using them for fuel, before he went out into space to try to find 17 and 18. But Cell had no idea where he was going. Cell was completely clueless. He didn't know anything about space or my empire, so he just flew looking for planet after planet. He landed on empty planet after empty planet until eventually landed on a planet with aliens and began to absorb them. As I was on my throne, I would get a report. Sir, on a weird creature, going to planet to planet, killing and eating our soldiers and citizens. This had to be Cell. I was intrigued, as I could give him 17 and 18, but I would lose two great soldiers. But to fight him at his best, to destroy him and torture him while he's strong, now that would give me so much pleasure. I looked at Vegeta. Vegeta, go train on Beerus' world. Are you sure? Yes. I walked down, as Whis was with me. Whis, go train Vegeta. Whis would say, I don't like that whole rebel streak you're going on. What? Yeah, you rebelled against Beerus, took him out, and now you're at the top, but you want more. I'll go train Vegeta, but no matter what you do, I'll have my eye on you, even if I'm not around you. Whis says as he left with Vegeta. I didn't really know what he meant by that, but it freaked me out. Was he just trying to mess with me? Was that a warning? Well, I guess he did see those videos where I killed the Omni King. So, I guess there's really not much for me to do. At least for now, I need to go with someone else to get my dirty work done, because I did want to get rid of the Omni King eventually, but that could wait. As I gathered 17 and 18 and began to go to where Cell was. I told them to stay on the ship though, as I hid the ship behind a moon and began to fly down to the planet. As the planet was completely barren now, nothing but dead bodies all around. I heard footsteps. As I looked, it was Cell. Cell then looked at me, terrified, knowing he can't beat me in this form. But I looked at him intrigued. I have an offer for you, Cell. An offer? Cell would then look at me confused. How do you know my name? And why should I trust you? Not like you have a good track record, Frieza. Oh, I kept that monkey Vegeta around, don't you know? And I've kept 17 and 18 so safe. And they're so healthy, and they're so strong. When you absorb them, you'll get so much power. How do you know I want to do that? I walked up to him and said, I know a lot of things. Things you couldn't even comprehend, Cell. But I have an offer. Once you absorb them, we're gonna fight. And if I win, you serve me. And if you win, you can just kill me or whatever. I don't really care. Cell would look and say, you think that's a great idea? I'm gonna crush you when I become perfect. I would then smirk and say, if you believe so, is it a deal? Cell would nod, agreeing to serve me if he lost. As then I would show Cell over to the spaceship. As Cell walked in, 17 and 18 would both look at him and go, who is this? I would say, you both served your purpose. Very well, in fact. But I just don't need you anymore, Cell. Go ahead. Cell would then charge in at him. 17 would dodge him, and 18 would begin the battle. 17 and 18 put up quite a good fight. And since they were androids, they could both breathe in space. Since we could all breathe in space, it didn't really matter if the ship got destroyed or not, which it did. As Cell would charge a special beam cannon, 17 would have to block it, but this would make him let his guard down. As he chased after him, 18 would push him out of the way, and Cell would absorb her and become a semi-perfect Cell. As 17 looked on, scared, what happened? Cell began to laugh. What happened was, I'm so close to perfection, and once I reach it, I will be in charge of this universe. These planets will feed me. I guess not. I won't need to eat once I become perfect. Oh well, they'll feed me entertainment before I get bored. 17 would begin to punch semi-perfect Cell and begin to cry. Why? 17 would cry in anger, crying in pain, and Cell would begin to absorb. But as that was going on, I heard a voice in my head. You're doing quite well. I think it's time I budge in. I would say, who are you? Who do you think? I'm the Emperor of the Universe, Frieza. You really think you just completely took over my body? I've been inside you. I'm the reason you don't care about any of these people anymore. I'm the reason you want all these things. I've been manipulating you from the inside. As I was talking to Frieza, Cell would look at me. Hey, I'm perfect now. As I looked at him, I would say, well done. Cell would then laugh and say, let me guess, you thought you can beat me because you're a little golden form. I have a surprise for you. And I transform into my golden form, as Cell transformed to his golden form. And I pretended to be scared. What? No, you can't have this power? Seems like you didn't know everything. Me and Cell began the battle. But Cell's golden form was stronger than mine, so he began to push me further and further back. I let him think he was winning. I let him think he was going to destroy me. And I kept going on and on and on about how sorry I was, about how I won't hurt him. But then I started to laugh. Alright, this is getting old. Cell looked at me confused. What are you talking about? And I would smirk. This is what it feels like to be on top. This is why I do the things I do. This is why I must have it. So, did you enjoy it, Cell? Cell would say, yeah. What are you doing? What kind of trick is this? Suddenly I would turn into my black form, and Cell would be shocked. He would walk back. That power! You can't be stronger than me. I'm perfect, Cell would say angrily. As I laughed and said, you're gonna have to work for me now. Cell then charged at me with his golden form, punching me with everything he had, but then I grabbed his arm and ripped it off. Cell would then regrow it as he began to pan. Aw, what's wrong, little Cell? Are you not as perfect as you thought? Cell would then scream, screw you, I am perfect, no one can defeat me. No one can. You know what you are, Frieza? You're nothing but a stepping stone. Something in my way. Once I beat you, that'll prove how perfect I am, and that'll prove that I'm ready for this universe. As Cell turned gold, he began to charge a Kamehameha and launch it straight into my face, but I did nothing. I didn't dodge it, I didn't block it, I just let it hit me, as it did nothing. Cell looked down horrified. That's impossible. I put everything I had into that attack. How could this be? Suddenly, I would appear behind Cell as I would grab him by the neck and begin to choke him. Frieza inside me would say, very good, I'm proud of you. Seeing everything you've become? Then again, you've always known about me. You've always known more than me. And it was hard knowing that someone knew more than me. It angered me. But now I see that you're a blessing. Together we shall rule this universe. We shall rule this multiverse. I choked Cell more and more and said, do you submit, or am I going to have to wipe you out? Cell says, I submit, as I let go of his neck. Good. Now that you work for me, I have a plan in store. Hoo, 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 hoo. I laughed as me and Cell began to fly back to my capital planet. As we got there, Whis was also there. He brought back Vegeta. Vegeta has learned God Ki quite well and has become quite powerful, Lord. As he looked over at me and then looked at Cell. Who is this? He's my new servant. Cell, yes. He has appeared in your interesting details before. Whis didn't want to bring up that I made videos and was an alternate person in another universe. As he was talking, me and Whis began to talk too. I kept my eye on you, and you could have gone further, but you didn't. Good job, Whis would say to me. As then, he began to leave and say, oh, I know you really don't want me around, so instead of being your attendant, I'm basically just going to be the person who keeps an eye on you. Whis would then leave. As I sighed, I sit on my throne. That's not how a god of destruction should act. Then again, I'm not a normal god of destruction, am I? As I begin to think, I decided to call over the Ginyu Force. I had a plan that only Captain Ginyu could help me with. And that is where we're going to leave things off. I want you to make a prediction down in the comments. How do you think I'm going to try to overthrow the Omni King? Whis is always watching me, so I can't do it. I'm going to have to rely on subordinates. But how could I do that? Do you have any ideas? Let me know. And I'll let you know if you're right, because I already have a way to do it. But, I want you to try to guess, because, well, I'm bored, and I want to add more depth. I don't know. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the series so far down below. Love you all. Peace out.